David Axelrod tweeted this out. Couldn't disagree with Maxine Waters more. Disgusted with this administration policies? Organize, donate, volunteer, vote. Vote in all exclamations. You know, we did vote. 3 million more people voted for Hillary Clinton than Donald Trump. We still fucking got Donald Trump. So don't tell me to fucking vote. Why don't you go fix your bullshit system that props up white supremacy? Because that's what the Electoral College does. It gives way more voting power to white people in rural states. Vote. Rousting cabinet members from restaurants is an empty and ultimately counterproductive gesture that won't change a thing, said somebody who has not in any fucking... no way going to be hurt by the Trump administration. That's what this guy said. His kids aren't going to be ripped apart from his mother. He's not going to be fucked over. He's not going to have to go fight. He's nothing. He says, everybody calm down. What are you so upset about? They're only trying to fucking kill you. Calm down, you don't have health care when you get sick. Calm down, your kid doesn't have fucking medication. Calm down. That's what asshole says. That's what fuckface David Axelrod says, who gave you neoliberal Barack Obama, who fucked us over for 8 years straight. I love Beth. She says, I did that, David. I volunteered 40 hours a week for months to get Obama elected. And here we are with no universal coverage, 50 million in poverty, in 5 additional wars, Dickensian wealth inequality, and Trump is the result. Go back to yapping on CNN, you elitist sack of shit.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great tweet. That's really, really well said.
Everybody should follow Beth.
Yeah. Yes, Beth.
She's an alien.
Suck on that, David Axelrod. You fucking betrayer of America.
You know, Jimmy, there's a real disconnect here in America, and it's not really between the left and the right. I think it's really between the elite and the ordinary
and everyone
Americans,
else who are struggling.
Yeah.
People who don't have health care. People who have to worry about losing their job. People who fucking are under mountains of debt. I mean, not kidding. 63% of Americans who can't afford $1,000 emergency. That's the disconnect. He's telling those people to fucking relax.
Yeah. Just go vote.
Just go vote. We fucking voted.
Yeah.
And here's some people who voted twice for Barack Obama, David. Here they are. They voted for Barack Obama twice, and they didn't vote for Hillary Clinton, and they don't fucking regret it. Why don't you talk to them? Here they are. This is from that article. Obama's elections infused many here with a feeling of connection to national politics they had never before experienced. But their lives have not gotten appreciably better, and sourness has set in. I'm so numb, said John Toney, 45, who had written in Mr. Sanders. He said no president in his lifetime had done anything to improve the lives of black people, including Mr. Obama, whom he voted for twice. It's like I should have known this would happen. We're worse off than before. That's your fucking problem, David Axelrod, you stupid fuck, on purpose. You millionaire who doesn't actually give a shit about anyone or anything except yourself and your fucking donor class. That's the truth. You don't know that truth? You think David Axelrod doesn't know this? I think he does, and he doesn't give a fuck.
I don't think he does.
He doesn't read the New York Times?
Oh. Well,
that's where that's fucking from.
No, I'm saying I don't think he knows that people are worse off. Because I think
every statistic says they're worse off, Steve.
I know, but it's willful blindness, Jimmy. They want to pretend everything's fine. Otherwise, they have to concede.
You have to look at the system.
That's right.
That's why we're looking at Russia.
That's right, yeah. So they deceive themselves into thinking, you know what, if people just voted, it'd get better. Just go vote. Wait 4 years and vote. It'll be fine. They love that narrative. I hear it all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
Don't boo, vote.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Hank Thompson.
That's what
Hank Thompson says.
So a lot of my friends who are Democrats are still angry at Jill Stein and people who didn't vote for Hillary in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. They're very upset by this, and they think those people are idiots for voting for Jill Stein. They're idiots for not voting for Hillary. You're just staying home. And
they voted for Barack Obama twice, and they're worse off.
Yeah, and I told them, look, you're not entitled to anyone. I mean, you're not entitled to their votes.
Right.
You have to go get it. And in Detroit alone, I think like 90,000 mostly black voters who voted for Obama didn't come out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so you can blame them all you want, but you have to find a good politician would try to find a way to motivate those people to vote for them.
Exactly.
Because that's what you're supposed to.
So
that's how this is supposed to fucking work.
Yeah, I mean, you can scream all you want. Oh, they're so stupid. They're not acting in their best self-interest. Whatever, dude. You can say whatever you want, but what is your plan to get them out next time?
That's like making a shitty movie and screaming at the audience for not buying tickets.
Yeah.
Why won't they buy tickets to my shitty movie?
And here's what won't work. Screaming at them for being stupid.
Yeah.
That won't get them to come out and vote for you next time. Yeah.
Well, it's called voter outreach.
Yeah.
And, wagging your finger at Susan Sarandon, Bernie Bros, and anybody who didn't vote for you is the opposite of voter outreach. You're supposed to learn how to attract those people next time. The ones you didn't get, you're supposed to learn how to track them. You know how Hillary Clinton was going after white suburban Republicans? She was trying to attract them. That's what you're supposed to do with everyone else. You're supposed to attract them. That's what you're supposed to do with your fucking base, which are workers, middle class, and poor people.
And you know what? People did go out and vote. People did vote, and they didn't process our votes truthfully. There was it's dishonest, our whole voting. But additionally, how can when we have super delegates in America and they vote however they want to vote, like Howard Dean.
Right.
So like when Axelrod says, let's go, you should vote.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. I told yep.
What do you guys think about moving everything to online voting?
I like a paper ballot.
Why can't they do a fucking paper ballot?
Paper ballots. Paper ballots.
Do the paper ballots.
Paper ballots. Then you could have an audit.
I don't trust technology, by the way.
Because it can be hacked.
So what happens
over.
if somebody loses power while they're voting at a certain
what happens if there's an electrical storm and all of a sudden the power goes out and they look exactly? So again, and it's already been proven that those voting machines are all hackable easily. So we know this, and they don't do anything. We know the Electoral College. Something like 3 out of the last 5 Republican presidents didn't win. Yeah, it was. So George Bush didn't win the popular vote.
I think he won it the second time against Kerry.
Yeah, right. But then, and Donald Trump. So that's 2.
Yeah.
Who would be the other one? The Bush's father, George Herbert Walker Bush. He must have.
He won. He won it.
Yeah.
Against Dukakis, right?
Okay.
Yeah. No. Look, I'm not sold on the whole online voting thing, but I was thinking about this, and I'm like, you know what? If we had online voting, you would get a lot more people to vote. A lot more. Huge increase in voter turnout. And poor people, young people, they would much more likely to vote if they're online voting. And yes, it could be hacked. Of course it can be. But I have some faith that there'll be a bunch of guardians out there who are going to figure out ways to safeguard the vote in some way. And I am not at all convinced that paper ballots are even counted or that they're reliable. And it's I feel like it's a false sense of security. So I don't know that moving to online voting is necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying I'm in favor of it. I'm not sure. I'm just thinking.
I'd have to look at it, Steve. Again, I'll ask William Binney about it when we have him on the show if he thinks that could be done securely.
Yeah.
And if he says it can be, I'd be for it. Yeah. Anything that makes it easier for people to vote. I don't know why.
Right now, it's so freaking hard for people to vote.
Why don't they mail people's ballots? Everyone gets a ballot mailed to them. Why do I have to sign up to get that done? Why don't they just do it out of hand?
I don't know.
Right?
You gotta register, and then you gotta register if you move. All this stuff. Then you have to go to the local precinct. Sometimes it's closed. You don't know about it, or your name's not there. You gotta drive around. You gotta take the day off.
I think it's weird. You have to
Tuesday.
drive somewhere in Downey.
That's what I'm saying. Like it makes it so hard to vote. And that's why most people who are young or poor or just they don't have the way it's set up right now. You know who votes? Like really old people,
right? Who
are retired. And they're the whole day, the whole week to prepare to vote, right? And they vote. And
not all old people are retired, and not all retired people are old. Just want to point that out. I don't want to be an ageist here.
Of course, but my point is, it just makes it much easier to vote if you can just vote online. And I don't know that it's necessarily any more dangerous than what we have today. I mean, right now, do we have paper ballots in California in the primary?
I don't know. I don't think so. You know what, Steve? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. No.
What do you mean paper ballots? Aren't we hole punching those things? Isn't that a paper ballot?
Oh, so that's a paper ballot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We've had bales and bales of ballots that are not counted.
Right.
Right. but instantly Hillary was declared the winner. Maybe she won anyway, but instantly she was declared the winner. But there are all these that were not counted.
Those provisional ballots, they call them. Yeah.
So my point is the current system is freaking super complicated. Why can't we just have an online system, just like we have a bank or whatever, and you just type in your ID, your social security number, whatever it is, and you vote? And there's some way, I don't know, there's blockchain. Again, I'm not a tech guy, so I don't know how it can be done.
Right.
But there's got to be a way that's better than the current way, where you have stupid provisional ballots, voting machines, districts, people have to physically count it. I mean, and if you want to recount, I know if you think you might get a recount, but I don't really even trust those recounts. It's oh my God, there's so many points of weakness in that chain from when you vote to being counted.
Please make sure you're subscribed. Even if you think you are, you probably aren't. It only takes a second. Check to make sure you're subscribed and then click that bell. If you click the bell, they'll send you a notification when we drop videos. Otherwise, they won't notify you. And they still might not, but that's all we can do to fight against the bastards. And please become a patron. You support the show. We give you hours of bonus content every week. Plus, we do a live stream most Saturdays at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks for your support.